Good morning. Welcome to 30 and 5 on 560WIND.com. I am Mike North, and this is the news, sports, and weather that we give you in 5 minutes, which would normally take somebody 30 minutes to do here on this wonderful site. Don't forget John and Amy in the morning. In the afternoon, you got Steve Cochran. Look at 560WIND.com and fill in the rest. Anyway, Dr. Murray. The verdict is ready to come out soon on the Michael Jackson situation. We don't have any news as of yet. Let's go over this one more time. Michael Jackson paid him $150,000 a month. Michael Jackson told him what to do. He was sort of like Tom Hagen, if you will, to The Godfather. He was told what to do. Michael Jackson had all sorts of apparatus put into his home. Now, I do know this, that Dr. Murray had some culpability, but I believe that Dr. Murray will be convicted, and there'll be a statue built for Michael Jackson because he had nothing to do with being a drug addict, for bleaching his skin white. They had his dermatologist on today saying, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that. You'd have somebody look like you made him look because he told you he wanted to look that way. Here's what I'm going to tell somebody. Murray may have had some culpability, but here's the funny part. They're saying now, because of the jail overcrowding, that the most he may get is an ankle bracelet. So this whole thing with all the money spent is basically going to say, wear an ankle bracelet, the guy's dead, but we all know he was a drug addict. They're going to probably convict you, but who knows? You know, it's just unbelievable what is going on. Nobody takes full responsibility anymore, so there's always somebody else to blame. But I do know this. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was a drug addict. Now, Herman Cain, there's a fourth woman. Never filed anything from what we understand. She's going to have a press conference today. Look for Herman's 6th grade girlfriend also to come out in about 2 months to say that he touched her once in the small of her back. They're going to try everything they can. They know that he can't lose if he does run because it will pit African-American against African-American. Then people got to go with the guy that's sensible. Romney. Also today, they're saying that Romney would win, but only by 1 percentage point. Why do I think if Obama was Bush, he'd have 20% favorable rating? Well, because Bush won't give people something for nothing. By the way, that means the occupiers who are still there, there's been 2 people that have been groped in New York. And did you notice, Rahm Emanuel, there's no sleeping in the park in Chicago. That's why he's a great mayor. Bloomberg, okay, now taking heat from former Mayor Rudy Giuliani saying, what are you doing here? Nobody would be allowed to be in a park for 6 weeks. So he's taking heat. But how is it that Rahm Emanuel told the protesters, you're not going to be in Grant Park overnight? He must have showed them a movie of the 68 convention, because that's exactly what would happen in this town if they want to camp out in a public park. Lollapalooza is another story. There's a lot of money involved there. Lindsay Lohan spent 4 hours in jail last night, was let loose because of jail overcrowding in LA. How's things going in California? There's jail overcrowding. They can't keep Murray. They can't keep Lohan. Pretty soon serial killers will be given a bracelet and told they can only stay at home. I'm Mike North for the Village of Roosevelt. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it. The Baltimore Ravens last night, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. They're down by a touchdown or less than a touchdown. They come back. They're down by 3 points. They come back. They get the job done. They run 92 yards in 1 minute and 35 seconds and a couple timeouts left. Joe Flacco became a man. That was his sports bar mitzvah last night, if you will. Also, as erroneously reported, I got a text from my buddy George Bliss last night that said Joe Frazier had died. He hasn't died. He's in a hospice. But let me just say this. If you ever go to a hospice and you're the guy that's going to that hospice, will somebody have to write a note and tell you you're on your way out? There's one word I don't like out of any word I've ever heard. And it's not any of the 7 words that you don't say. I'm comfortable with the swear words and everything else. Hospice. And if you're going to a hospice, in other words, if you're on the gurney, you know what you do? You look back at where you lived and you wave goodbye because you ain't ever seeing it again. But we wish nothing but the best for Joe Frazier and his family. The Chicago Bears play tonight, and the Cubs are still looking for a manager. It's going to be rainy outside today. It's drizzling when I walked in. Check your listings around the country. Pretty seasonable, nice weather. A little breeze, little rain, pelted, abused, if you will. Maybe not the word to use today when we're talking about the Penn State situation. I'm just saying. This has been the 30 and 5. I'm Mike North. Flood Brothers Disposal and Recycling Services are professional waste haulers. Now, the Flood family is big on service. It's our #1 priority, and we offer extremely competitive pricing because the Flood family is here to help you in this tough economy. Remember, at Flood Brothers, we build relationships, and the only thing we're big on is service. Call us at 773-626-5800 or floodbrothersdisposal.com.